On March 25, 1995, 16-year-old Ryan Moore was riding in a car with 5 other teenagers through rural Stark County in northeastern Ohio. They slowly proceeded over a railroad crossing marked only with a crossbuck sign, their view obstructed by thick vegetation and trees, and a Conrail train struck their vehicle. Ryan and 2 other passengers were killed in this crossing's 8th accident in 20 years. In the first 3 months of 1995 alone, 4 were killed and 6 were injured. The crossbuck would remain for another 8 months until it was replaced with gates and warning lights. Believing Conrail knew the crossing was dangerous, Ryan's parents, Dennis and Vicki Moore, filed a civil lawsuit, charging them with a conscious disregard for public safety. The case went all the way to the Ohio Supreme Court. With the settlement, they founded AngelsOnTrack, a nonprofit organization dedicated to addressing existing hazards at all railroad crossings, eliminating stereotypes associated with this type of tragedy, addressing the lack of federal laws for railroad crossing safety, and forcing railroad, local, state, and federal agencies to accept responsibility for public safety. Since 1998, AngelsOnTrack has reimbursed more than $400,000 to local highway authorities for upgrading dangerous railroad crossings with gates and lights. They also work to inform the public about the dangers of railroad crossings. They do this through their website, a newsletter, public appearances, billboards, radio spots, and television commercials like this one.
This is a sign. It says you're about to cross the tracks. This is a gate. It stops you from crossing the tracks when a train is coming. 4 times better than a sign. This is Ohio, one of the 10 worst in the country for railroad crossing accidents. Why? Maybe because instead of installing more gates, Ohio spent the last 20 years testing signs. Report dangerous crossings at AngelsOnTrack.org, because a crossing without a gate is a bad crossing.
It's a fact that gated railroad crossings are 80 to 90% more effective than a simple crossbuck or stop sign, but only 33% of public crossings in the U.S. are gated. But there are no federal requirements for clear lines of sight at railroad crossings. As a result, a car-train accident occurs every 90 minutes in the U.S., with an average of 255 fatalities a year. AngelsOnTrack testified before Congress in 2005. They have had an impact on railroad safety in Ohio and across the United States. They address all causes for railroad tragedies, not just blame the driver. What can you do about the problem? First, use extreme caution whenever crossing tracks, gated or not. Watch for and report hazards and obstructions such as steep road approaches, trees, buildings, missing or fallen signs, and rough or elevated track that may prevent a safe crossing. Report unsafe crossings at AngelsOnTrack.org. Ohio state agencies and the Federal Railroad Administration use these reports to identify and eliminate hazards. Finally, give AngelsOnTrack your financial support. Since 1996, they have helped to upgrade 44 crossings in 17 Ohio counties. It's a great start, but there is still a long way to go. There are more than 6,000 public railroad crossings in Ohio, but less than half have gates. And most of the 3,000-plus private crossings have no protection or warning devices at all. Railroad crossings don't have to be dangerous. Motorists should cross with extreme caution, should always expect a train, and should never go around a closed gate. Thank you for your time and support, and remember, bad crossings kill good drivers.